to walk into a room where you suddenly feel like you belong, it's the coolest thing. To be able to have the conversations that we're having, we're talking about big dreams, we're talking about our goals, we're talking about, making businesses. I've always had a dream to own a private island in the Caribbean. That's my ultimate goal. And it was so cool to walk into a room and to be able to tell people that and for them to just cheer me on, for them to go, yeah, you know what? You can do it. And you know what? I want in on that. I want to do that with you.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Micah Johnson, and today I'm joined by Sam, who's been making some serious moves in real estate investing now for over a decade. Sam, welcome in. Glad to have you.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. I'm pumped for our call today. You've been doing this a little while, making some good moves in it. You're in a colder climate, but looking for the more tropical one, which I definitely identify with. The tropical part, that is. And I love what you value in real estate. There was a quote that you said in pre-recording I'm pumped to dig into. You might go further, or you might go faster alone, but you'll go further with people. And I love that. So let's dig in. For folks who aren't familiar with you yet, just tell us a little more about yourself and what your main focus is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, my name is Sam. I'm out here in the chilly Ottawa, Canada. And main focus these days is mainly the multifamily real estate acquisitions, looking to buy into those apartment buildings, looking to grow the portfolio. Also expanding into some boutique hotels out in tropical markets to try to get out of the chilly Canadian winters.
I couldn't agree more there. Well, take us back. How'd you get to where you are today, doing multifamily, chasing boutique hotels? Take us down that journey with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of one of the lucky ones, I tell people, because I was able to kind of grow up around real estate a little bit. I always say my dad never knew how to sell a house. But growing up, every time we moved, instead of selling it, he would rent it out. So that was a really good opportunity for me to kind of, get a vision of that long-term growth of real estate. Fast forward a couple years, ended up in the workforce. Didn't take me long to realize that the whole 9 to 5 thing wasn't going to work for me. I'm not doing this till I'm 65. I have the utmost respect for people who do, but it's not going to work for me. So I began kind of exploring, what can I do to get out of this? What other options are there? I realized that wealthy people, they're investing in real estate. That's what they're doing. So with a little bit of background, a little bit of, new knowledge, I jumped in, started doing some singles, some duplexes, as a lot of people do. Started partnering with the right people, getting in the right rooms. And then that's when I really started leveling up into the multifamily. Started doing some bigger deals. Things started moving a lot faster, and now I'm shifting a little bit to some lifestyle investing because I've realized, what am I doing here?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Well, it's beautiful though, and it's on that journey too, because you said something there talking about your dad. You understood it was a long term, how it works long term, and that's what I love for folks to understand the industry. This is a get rich slow scheme, and it's the best one ever if you'll do it correctly. And slow is a relative term, okay? Right? Just I get that part, but it's about pacing yourself. And then that other part you said things sped up when you met the right people, when you started getting in the right room. So take us into that. What was that like, just getting to experience partnerships and realizing, okay, wait a second, there's something to this?
It was the coolest feeling in the world. Like, and I'm grateful to have felt this, and I don't know that everybody gets that opportunity, but to walk into a room where you suddenly feel like you belong, it's
Mm.
the coolest thing. To be able to have the conversations that we're having, we're talking about big dreams, we're talking about our goals, we're talking about, making businesses. I've always had a dream to own a private island in the Caribbean. That's my ultimate goal. And it was so cool to walk into a room and to be able to tell people that and for them to just cheer me on, for them to go, yeah, you know what? You can do it. And you know what? I want in on that. I want to do that with you. Uh, coolest thing. Coolest thing.
I love that's the part you pointed out too, because I remember my first experience in a room like that. And that's the part that's really changed, like life changing, is when you get around people where when you share your big goal, they're just like, okay, so what are you doing next on it? Right? Like,
Yeah.
that's great. So now what? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's not like you tell that to just anybody and you can't. You can't. They can't imagine what it's like simply because they tell themselves a small story about their life. Honestly, is really the difference that I've noticed. It's just by getting in a place where if you're willing to tell it to yourself, there's a room out there that when you say it out loud, they're going to pour gas on that fire. And it's kind of the yin and yang of it. You got to have that. That's what gets you in the rooms, is these big dreams, these big goals. And man, when those folks line up with you and you say it out loud for that first time, and everybody's nervous when they do it, and you get those responses back like, oh, I know a guy who did that. I'll connect you with him, and I'll know this and I'll do this. You're just like, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah. And then before you know it, it's happening. The wheels are moving and yeah, it's amazing.
Well, that's the beauty of those rooms. Those are action takers. That's what's great about getting in there, is also it's a version of accountability, but it's not like the negative kind that, I need an accountability partner. It's not that. It's folks that are actually, when you talk to them the next week or the next month, they're going to ask you, so what'd you do? What's
Mhm.
happened since you were talking about your project last? And if you start stalling out, they'll be like, what are you doing? I thought you wanted this. You said you wanted it. So what do you really want? Like, what's actually happening? And it keeps you in there, because it's a long journey by yourself. I have been infinitely more happy surrounded by people who, one, like to talk about real estate as much as I do, and big dreams. And like, we don't find ourselves very often. I agree. When you feel seen in that room, you're just like, my people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's such a cool feeling.
I love that. So tell us about one of the first projects that came from that when you started. So you were single family, single family and duplexes. You meet this group and hit that acceleration. What was that first project you were looking at that took off for you?
Yeah, so it was quite a stark contrast because I was initially doing those duplexes, but they were not only duplexes, but they were 100 years old. So they were
Mm.
century homes, and I did renovations on them, and it was grueling work. So once I got into the right rooms, I acquired my first brand new eightplex, and that was
Mm.
super exciting.
Yeah, ready to go. We can start cash
Mhm.
flowing day one. Let's do that.
Yeah,
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 those
exactly. It was brand new builds, and it wasn't even like a pre-construction. We bought it as an assignment, so like we bought it and closed and like within a few months and brand new, tenanted. It was great.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And how long did that like, I want folks to know it doesn't take, well, I better ask you first, but it doesn't take long if you get into these rooms and you're intentional about it. That's that key. Don't just lay it, hang against the wall. Get at the table, start talking to people and ask questions. So for you, from getting in there to that being done, what was that time frame?
It was, um, that's a good question. I would say it's probably around a year. And
Perfect.
the part that took the longest wasn't even finding the deal. It wasn't even finding the people because they were there now. It was really building those relationships, like building up trust and learning for myself, right? Like you don't go from buying a duplex to suddenly knowing how to underwrite a big multifamily building. So there was a lot of learning, but it was a lot of that, the building of the relationships and finding the exact people that would partner on that kind of deal. So yeah.
I'm so glad you said a year because that is what I like people to hear when it comes if they're going to be in a room with a mastermind. Everybody that you're in there is typically vetted and they are qualified, but those relationships, you got to find your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe still inside of those things. And those take time because we all want to work with people we like, know, and trust. And it's that third one that takes the longest, as it should. And if you're getting into one and listening, viewing out this, I'd tell everybody, give it a 12-month run. Your life will look completely different in 12 months, but it's going to have a hockey stick effect to it. So it's not going to, the stuff up front that you're doing, is it the cool parts? Depends on how you view it. I love meeting new people and building relationships, but is it right in the offer? Not necessarily. That is coming though, if you'll just participate. So, I love that. All right. Now you went to boutique hotels. Tell us about that shift. Was it really just the climate or was there more growth involved?
It was kind of a long time coming, I want to say. So I've always known that this climate wasn't going to be for me. I've always known that. I've been trying to stay focused on the multifamily because that's the thing I do, and I've heard stay focused on the one thing, and then whatever. Um, but I feel like as a result, I've kind of been actively trying not to do something that I'm being pulled towards. Like I have this pull. Um, so finally, I just said, you know what? I'm gonna stop fighting this. This is the natural alignment. Like there's something that I need to do here. The climate is a huge part of it, but beyond that, there's also the opportunity for income. So with a multifamily property, there's only so much you can do because you are limited by residential tenancy acts and rules, guidelines, stuff like that. But in hospitality, people are going there to spend money, right? People are going there to have the best experience. So there's a lot more opportunity for you to offer value and thus earn more income, thus add value to your property as a whole. So that whole part of it excites me as well.
Love that. And I want to stop on that too. Real estate is a huge umbrella and very few of us stick with what we started. We found our door in and then you grow into it. And that part, in my opinion, you did that really a good way because we all want stuff, especially entrepreneurs. We can chase shiny things really quick, but those things that don't go away, when you can track it for a long time and it's just pulling on you and pulling on you and pulling on you, that's what alignment does feel like. That's where it's saying, okay, this wasn't, I got a lot of tattoos, but the first tattoo I ever got, I waited like a year and a half and I looked at it and I looked at it and looked at it to make sure, okay, you want that on you forever, man? Like, is that really what you want on forever? Now I'll just walk in and tell the guy pick something. But that first one I was really amped about, but the process is what I mean by, is that what you really want? Keep revisiting it as different versions of yourself because you're growing, still doing your work. And the fact it kept still pulling, love that. Now you're making that shift because your financial paycheck's getting paid. Now it's that emotional paycheck that needs to get paid again because real estate will do that through one section and it'll pay us both well, but then only one stops getting paid, and we'll only do something for so long we hate or we should. Like when you start hating it, it's life saying, hey, you need to change. You got to change this. We don't want to do this no more. Um, so I love the fact that you brought that up, and that it's that process. It really goes back to not just real estate is long game, but the strategy, the thinking. It's a daily basis thing. It's like, okay, you wake up, what am I doing today? What do I got to get done right now? Okay. I could go on that kind of stuff for a long time. I love the mindset part of real estate because it's so important to it.
It is. It really is.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
What are you looking for in this next year? So we were talking a little bit pre-recording. You're looking for some new properties, looking for some new partnerships. Tell me this, what do you look for in a partner? Who's that ideal person that you work with?
Well, that's a great question. An ideal partner for me is even somebody who's not directly in the real estate space. I'm okay with that because part of what I want to do is to bring people into it. And not necessarily that they have to become as immersed as people like you and I are, but people who maybe like government workers for one, for example. I live in Ottawa. Ottawa is a very heavily government town, and I see a lot of cases where people are working the daily grind. They're not loving it. But they're just kind of floating through. They just are, and then suddenly they're 50, 60 years old, and where has time gone? And they feel that they haven't really gotten a chance to experience life and to do all of the things that they love. Yeah, they've got a great pension at the end and absolutely respectable. Like, you got to take care of yourself, but I feel like a lot of those people are missing out on some really cool opportunities to get a little bit more out of life. So my ideal partner is somebody in a position like that, coming in to do a partnership with me, and then me allowing them to give them some kind of return, some kind of a little bit more means to be able to, maybe it's take more time off from work, spend time with their family, do a little bit more traveling. That's what I like in a partner.
Oh, I love that. That's good. Because not everybody has to be the real estate expert. That's why real estate's such a team sport. And most of us, there's one group I'm in, we call it the deal triangle. There's the deal finder, there's the operator that does it, and there's the money. That's like the three things that are always included in a deal. It's very common for us to be two of the three. It is extremely rare for someone to be all three because they're just different personality types in general. But that financial one, that's one where I get excited too, because so many people will think, well, real estate's not for me. That's not this. That's not that. I don't want tenants. And it's okay. I get your Uncle Remus told you tenants are terrible. And now you hate it all. I get it. Okay. You don't have to do that. You can actually just be, there are truly passive ways to be in real estate. You just got to educate yourself a little more. You got to understand a little more about the projects because it's there. And to get those folks in, when folks really feel that freedom from that extra income, when they go do that thing, it is for them, right? The belief I feel like those folks deal with so much is they believe it's not for them. It's not for me. It is for you. It is. It is. You just need to work with the right people because someone like yourself, you know the other parts. You do the real estate. We like real estate. Leave us where we like to be. Like, we will do that. You stay over there, do what you like to do. Just send us the money and then we'll split this with you. How about that? You want that? And it's like, boom. And a lot of folks don't really know about that, how powerful just private lending can be to change your own life.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that, I think, that accessibility component. People see apartment buildings and go, "Oh, it's just, big millionaires or big corporations that own those. People like me don't own those." Yes, absolutely they do. People like you own those all the time. That's how this works. But do you need to go and learn everything about it? No. There's people like me, people like you, people, real estate investors who love this stuff. That's, yeah, like you said, like, let us do the things that we love and, let's come together.
Tap in. And actually it excites me for the future of real estate, especially for I'm 40, so I'm still young and in it. And it's like there's a lot of money coming up, and real estate investing is becoming more known. Like it used to feel way more niche. Now I know it's still niche. Like it feels like, everybody's one when you're inside it, right? But you get out and it's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's like, oh, that's right. I live in a small bubble. But
Yeah, absolutely true. I've experienced that so many times.
but we're, because the way we're doing it and the way that folks are, like, really good professionals are sharing it on social media, getting the information out there, more and more people are having access to invest. It's like when the stock market allowed people besides accredited investors to start coming in, where it's literally the same. You can own a portion of apartment building. It's that same thing, but the beauty is it's a real thing. It's really there. You can go visit it. You can drive your kids by and be like, I own that, right? Like there's all this cool stuff that you get to do. Just don't believe it's not for you. Connect with folks, even like Sam here, that they're in the weeds of it day to day. You don't need to be the expert at real estate. You just need to be the participant, willing to learn, understand the process, but no hammers involved, right? Like you don't have to do any of that part.
Exactly. No hammers, and don't have to deal with the tenants or all of that stuff. Like that's, a few layers back. You're far away from
Right.
it. No concerns.
Right. Right. It's great. And I'm so glad that more and more asset classes are getting that exposure, because I know I didn't think those classes when I first got in. I thought tenants, toilets, and termites, man, just single families, line them up, have 100 million of them. And it's like, nope, there's all these other options out there that you can get in. And it's very naturally just to keep growing.
Hmm.
Sam, these are the kind of conversations I can have pretty much all day long. And I really appreciate you being here today. For folks that are listening in that want to find out more about you, see the projects that you have going on, possibly partner with you on them, what's the best way for them to find you?
Facebook DMs or Instagram DMs are the best way to connect with me. Just send me a quick message. Let me know what you're about, and let's jump on a call and chat. See what we can do.
Excellent. Excellent. And we'll make sure, can you share those DMs out or the handles out loud for us real quick?
Yeah, so Instagram is soulscape.rei, and Facebook, it's just my name, Sam Renaud.
Excellent. Thank you. And for everybody watching and listening, we will make sure that Sam's links are in the show notes. And like I say all the time on the show, it's not just random folks that we're bringing on. We look for professionals, people that are in the business, doing it each day, building something real that you can connect with, learn from, partner with, because that truly is what makes real estate go around. This is a team sport. So get in the game while you still can. Sam, again, thanks for being here. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, everybody, for joining along with us. If you got value out of today's episode, please like this episode. Share it with someone else you think get value out of it. And if you're not a subscriber yet, you know what to do. Click that button. Follow along with us. We appreciate every single one of you out there that do. We've got more conversations coming up with operators just like Sam, out there building a real business in the industry. Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.